Good morning, everyone. We're now live. So welcome to the first investor matching session for this year from Buying Platform. I'll give you a quick intro first on Buying Platform, and a little bit of an explanation of how we're gonna do the event. It's only an hour, so don't worry, it won't take too long. Not my explanation, the event itself. Bind is an open innovation platform that connects innovative startups with corporates, doing paid pilots to put in play their technologies with the requirements of the corporates. There are approximately 60-70 corporates, and each year there are about 20 to 25 startups that present their solutions, sometimes to more than one corporate, obviously, because there are more corporates than there are startups. It works really well. If you're a startup that hasn't applied in the past, I highly recommend it. It's a great way of validating your solution within a commercial context, and it's also, as I say, they're paid pilots, so it's given a level of interest from the corporates that sometimes non-paid pilots aren't. And if you're a corporate, the same vice versa. It gives you access to great innovative solutions that you can put into a real context and see if they actually work within your corporate, and they would work if you were able to expand them out within your entire, or all your factories or all your installations. So the program for today is relatively simple. We've got two investors with us, John from Draper and Jacobo from Rumbo Ventures. And what we'll do is each of the startups will do a pitch. They've got 3 to 4 minutes for the pitch, and then we've got 5 to 6 minutes for questions, both from the investors that are connected, but also from the audience. If you want to ask a question, I'll put it up on screen and we'll read it out for the startups so that they can answer your questions as well. So it is a participative session. And then also at the very beginning, the two investors will present themselves and talk a little bit about their funds, so you get a better feel for who they are, and if you're a startup, well, you might be interested in presenting your project to them, independent of what we're doing here today. So I can see that John's connected for the moment, so I will connect him here. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? So it's all yours. If you'd like to present yourselves to the audience. And then I can't see Jacobo connected, so for the moment. So, but if you present yourself, and then hopefully he'll connect in the interim, and then he'll do the same.
Okay. No, thanks, Tom. My name is Etxeberria. I am part of the investment team of Draper B1, like a principal. We are like a venture capital fund based in Valencia. We started in 2010 like a acceleration program first. Then we continue with the investment. We have like around 3 funds like alive. The first one in 2016, the second one 2020, and the last one we pushed last year. We have around 55-60 million euros under management, and we invest in more than 100 companies. Nowadays, in our free portfolios, we have like around 65 companies alive also. And in that sense, like we are pre-seed and seed stage venture capital fund. We invested in around 40-50 companies per fund, mainly in B2B SaaS companies. We have also some hardware companies, but mainly B2B and SaaS. 80% in Spain, 20% in United States. Our ticket size in pre-seed is under 150 keys, and in seed we can invest almost I think that in the past our most big ticket, it's around 600 keys, first ticket size, because we have 50% of our fund for this first ticket size, and the other 50% of the fund to the follow-ons. We are that I said we are based in Valencia, but we are part of a international venture capital ecosystem that it's founded by Tim Draper, that it's a so prestigious business angel based in San Mateo, California. He founded his venture capital fund also, that the name is Draper Associates, and since Draper Associates, they created like a ecosystem that the name is Draper Venture Network, and we are 20 different venture capital funds around the world with the goal to co-invest. And these 20% that we can invest in United States, most of them are startups that we are co-investing with other Draper ecosystem venture capital funds. So that's it. I think that it's okay, Tom.
That's perfect. I've got a little bit of noise here in the background, so I muted myself. Jacobo did connect, and he lost his connection. So I imagine he'll connect again in a second. But to keep the flow going, what we'll do is we'll jump to the first pitch, and then we'll connect him again when he's sorted out his connection problems. So the first one for today is clever solar devices. So I'll just add them in.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. So Bhishma, if you start sharing your screen, and then you can start with the pitching.
Yes. Okay, my screen should be sharing now.
Not
yet. You can see it here.
Right.
Yeah. It's okay. Sorry, it appears here in the backstage, and then I've got to add it.
Okay.
So you're now added. What I'll do, Bishop, I'll disappear off screen, and I'll come back when it's time for you to have finished. If you finish beforehand, don't worry, I'll come on. I'm not going to leave you in all alone on screen. But when I come back on screen, you know that it's time for you to finish. Okay.
Okay, great. So thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for this amazing opportunity. We are Clever Solar Devices. We digitalize the operation and maintenance on photovoltaic installations thanks to cloud data and IoT patented sensors. It brings the opportunity to recover up to 15% of the energy production and reduce 70% of the operational costs. Today, independently on how is the installation, to be sure that the installation is providing the right levels of energy and having the return of investment expected should be maintained. And it implies high operational and manual troubleshooting on the installation, and it should be done periodically. What is impacting on efficiency and what is happening in between on the installation itself. The market is huge, it's growing 21% year over year, thanks to have the important part of the utility installations and the residential ones that is not impacted by the energy cost. So this is the reason why the expected growth for the following years is to maintain this 20%. What we are doing is just to digitalize these manual processes thanks to have this device that collects the diagnosis data, and thanks to the artificial intelligence, we process all the information, providing insights to business to take and improve the business decision at the end. So we provide this real-time data to have better operational decisions and visibility on what is happening on the power installation itself. This accurate data is continuously updated, and thanks to that, we provide this feedback to business that are able to, well, at the end, manage in a proper way the different teams, the different the different resources to be very accurate, to take decisions to replace or do whatever it's needed on the installation, thanks to have this accuracy on the measurements. The different solutions, the competitions are taking information from the inverter itself, that is, summary, the information from the power installation, and the other solutions, for instance, monitoring platforms, must to be connected to those inverters, and those inverters are impacting on, at the end, this manual troubleshooting that should be done. And by the way, is the 93% of the total OPEX that today is on the installations. We are focused not on the inverter side, we are focused on the generator side. We drink directly about how is the health of the PV module, and thanks to have this accurate information, we provide information about efficiency, about what is happening on the power plant, and we scale this information to the full portfolio, having accurate information about how is performing the different power plants. If we play some numbers, the conventional processes today, the return of investment on the power installation is around 1.1. Thanks to have digitalized this procedure, we have around 1.6, much bigger than the other solutions. Our business model is software as a service, and it depends on the power that those portfolio has installed, being 1.5 euros per diagnosed string and per month, up to 2.5, depending on if it's residential one. For instance, for a 50 megawatts installation that are 100,000 there, it's something like 5K of monthly recurrent revenue. The traction is thanks, to be very close with big utilities like Ferrovial, Total Energies, Repsol, that helps us to improve ourselves, to be better, to fit the solution in their needs. We have different letters of interest and recognitions and international awards. Our lovely team is a very focused and experienced team developing different solutions. And thanks to our advisory board, we are taking the best decisions in every moment. We are looking for a 400K investment round just to grow sales. We are ready to go to the field. We are ready to grow with our customers, with our current customers, and transform those pilot in increase installation. So this is the use of funds, and this is what we would like, our positive and valid impact for the SDGs that all of us should be taking care, and we are proud to be part as well. This is our photovoltaics for the third. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhishma. So Jacobo, I'm not sure, we can't see your video. I'm not sure if there's a connection problem right now, or if you can you hear us? By the sounds of things, he's still having problems with his connection. Okay, John, have you got any questions for Bhishma?
Yeah. First, thanks, Bhishma, for the presentation. First of all, it's like, why did you decide to develop your own IoT sensors? Because we had some experience in the past in this vertical, and we met a lot of different companies, most of them traditional companies, that they have their own IoT sensors. And it's like, why did you also decide to develop it inside?
First, I am an electronical engineer. I am, in my previous experience, being very close to R&D and electronic design. So I very well know how to design different devices. This is how we implement the solution, and why we implement that solution, because I realized I was in one power installation, and I realized how nightmare is to go to the installation just to do a couple of measurements, to go back to the office and see in a spreadsheet those numbers and so on. And I and I thought, okay, I am coming from a very technological company. Why I should do it by hand? So this is the reason why I automatize those measurements, and I start to create this IoT device. By the way, so the first prototype, it doesn't have connectivity directed to the cloud, so it was a very funny FTP connection, but we evolved it just to have autonomous sensors, and this is what we have today. Something that simplifies this recurrent task that should be done on installations and exactly in the same place by something that is automatically giving this information.
Okay. Yeah, and let's move on to the second question is more about are you competitors like large traditional companies, or are there also like more recently established companies like startups, more like align with your vision, no? And not lead these like traditional companies that they are specialized in the sector and they are developing different type of SaaS or hardware IoT sensors?
So the truth is that the big ones are going down, so start to have some granularity, but not the granularity that we have today. There are some small companies like Clever that are starting to say, hey, if the problem is the PV module, why are not measuring it? And they have, well, some quite similar solutions, not based on something that it's called IV curve, that is for diagnosis, but on production, but is at PV module level as well. So the market is evolving on this direction. So they realize that the sensors are cheaper and cheaper, and we can have more data and more data. And this is how the direction is growing. So from small companies that maybe are more agile to start to develop this kind of solution, rather than the big ones that are, well, some traditional directions on inverters or power maximizers and so on. So answering your question very fast is small companies that are growing on that direction, applying artificial intelligence and measuring more quality data for diagnosis. We cannot hear you, Tom.
I said to everybody, you muted when you're off screen, and then I did it. Then I made the mistake myself. Just very quickly to introduce Jacobo from Rumbo Ventures. Jacobo, we'll let you, when Bhishma finishes, we'll let you just introduce Rumbo a little second. I don't know, because of your connection, if you're able to see his pitch.
Yeah, I mean, apologies about that. I had some technical issues that had to restart my computer. I saw a part. Yes. How about I just give you like a brief intro about Rumbo Ventures. Now we did like a rebranding. His name Corbites. But I'm the investment director at Corbites. Corbites, we have Fund 1, where we've been investing in pre-seed and seed opportunities in Italy, Spain, and Portugal, and some part in Latin America. So we focus on deep tech, and across that we look into 7 verticals, which is energy, mobility, transportation, food, agriculture, and land use, circular economy, and industrial applications, built environment, then carbon capture, sequestration and usage, and restoration, and then finally, a bit transversal to all of it is climate software and analytics. So what we look for is founders that potentially being like serial entrepreneurs that have like a very strong edge on the product, and it can be defensible and disruptive across different points.
Wonderful. Thanks for that. Did you from what you saw of the pitch of Bhishma, do you have any questions for him? And yeah. I'll sort of give a couple of minutes for your questions, and then we jump on to the next one.
So I have a general question. Is like what do you envision like long term? Like why do you see this being a VC case? And well, it's the bit I kind of like what I was hoping to see in the deck as well.
Okay, so it's a huge question. Let me start with one conversation that I have some months ago. In Australia, there are gigawatts installation. The person that I have with the conversation with, he told me that the time that should be spent by technical team from one place to another place of this kind of installations is more than half day, only to go to one place to another place. And he told me, hey, in some way, the future cannot be on that way. So we must to have information about what is happening to be more chirurgical in our operations. We cannot have teams going around one power installation just to see if something is failing or not. So the future comes to have data, to have accurate data, because independently on if we use robots, if we use drones, or whatever technology that we could use, it must to be done through data. And this is what we are providing. We are providing accurate data. So our vision, our future vision is something that it's called smart modules. Hey, we have now something that generates energy. Why we are not providing some intelligence to these modules to provide information about how is the health of the PV module itself. Hey, maybe I need to be replaced. Maybe I am not working properly with this inverter. Maybe whatever reason that could happen, shadows, soiling, whatever, is impacting on my performance. And I am sending as a smart PV module this information to a central server just to take decisions. Maybe it needs to be replaced or whatever. Is evolve what we are doing now in a manual way to a digital world and to be more efficient on our operations. So this is our vision of the future, digitalized, to have more integrated all the different technologies around the PV installations that are growing and being more geographically spread.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what I'll do, thank you very much, Bhishma. We've sort of run out of time for you. I'm sorry that it was a bit chaotic at the beginning. What we'll do is we'll say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for your pitch. And I'll bring on Imanol from Powerfultree, who again also says he's having some problems with connections today. But let's hope that not too many. Imanol, if you could start sharing your screen, then I'll add it to the stream. Imanol, can you hear us? Imanol, can you hear us? Imanol, can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. No. Not anymore. Can you start sharing your screen? Although if the connection's really bad, maybe not going to help much either. No, I don't know if it's me. I don't think it's me. Can everybody else hear me okay, or is my connection bad?
No, yeah. Everything well with you.
I'm okay, am I? Okay, so Imanol, you've got a really bad connection then by the looks of things. What I'm going to do is jump to the next one. So Daniel will jump to you whilst we see if he can sort it out. So Daniel, I'll add you to screen. If you could start sharing yours.
Hang on a second. Here we go. Let me. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Just one sec. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
It's not full. It's not full. Yeah, now it is. Brilliant. Okay. I'll at last it's working smoothly. I'll disappear off and I'll be back in. Well, when I come back, you know that it's basically time to finish. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck with the presentation.
All right. Thank you. So my name is Daniel. I'm representative SIAPS, Visual Inspection Systems. Our company is a spin-off company that comes from Lortec. Lortec is a research center. He's a member of the Basque Research and Technology Alliance. And here on the screen, you can see some of our partners. We joined the BIND program. We're also selected at the ClimaTech Ventures program. We have met with 15 companies through the BIND program, out of which 5 of them we're working with in different pilots. So basically, SIAPS has a solution for industrial markets based on machine vision technology for surface inspection and quality control. In this slide, you can see a little bit of the different parts of the platform. And we offer advanced solutions for inspection using machine vision and AI. So, of course, we're mainly software, but inevitably we do couple with different hardware. So we're able to operate with different types of systems, 2D, 3D, IR, thermography, ultrasounds, X-rays, you name it. Now, we do have 4 different product lines for our product portfolio, but I will focus today on 2 of them. They're the most interesting, and we're getting a lot of inquiries from companies, and it is related to the investment that we're asking for. So basically, the first main area is the inspection in real time of welding joints. Lortec is a research center expert on binding solutions, and particularly in welding joints, so that that expertise has been taken to the digital world, and we have created a platform that is able to inspect real-time welding joints in production lines. Basically, this is a few screenshots of the software and the analysis part. You can see all the different takes on the left, and then the process of analyzing the capture images from the joint in real time, and then obviously making a decision whether that joint is being welded properly or not. So just to give you an idea of what it means, this video here, this short video, is an actual client of ours here in Basque Country. And these are very, very small parts. Actually, this welding joints we inspect are about 2-3 millimeters small, and we are able to inspect 5 different pieces per second. So that gives you an idea of the capabilities of the platform. So basically, this is what the operator would see real time in the production line. And then the second solution we have is a little bit more advanced and is meant to replace traditional or current conventional technology, non-destructive testing for micro defects in metal parts. It's a manual process, magnetic particles with some chemicals that are used. You can see in the picture. The whole process is complex. It cannot be automated. It uses toxic substances. The operator has to be specialized, and because it's so complex, it's prone to human error. And then the inspection takes a long time. So basically, our proposal is to use what we call thermo inspect, which is an automated process. We obviously record the whole process for traceability and control. It has a very low carbon footprint, and it's automated and reliable detection. So the inspection time is less than a second. So basically, from the lab, and this ties to the why we're asking for investment, we develop, and I'm showing this short video from our parent company, the research center. We started researching surface defect detection by using inductive thermography. Okay, so basically in the lab we set up a part. This, you can see a rotating part, which is an axle from a car, from a joint of a car, and we can using infrared cameras, we create the induction field next to the part. At the same time, we're looking with the thermal camera, and we induce currents into the material, which is the base for the defect detection. Then we complete the inspection. This is obviously the parts have to be placed specifically based on their shape, and then we can dynamically see in a sequence the thermal images, and that brings us basically to a temporal reconstruction of the sequence. And then finally, we can detect the defects using amplitude and phase FFT processing, where the defective areas become evident in the picture. And here you can see the platform automatically points out the defects with an algorithm we developed. So basically, that's what the lab showed us. And this would be the next step, basically, is that we take that technology and that research into an actual product that can be used real time by industry. So reducing the time is one of the benefits. The carbon footprint, obviously, compared to the traditional methods. The technology, deep learning, machine learning, is quite mature, so it's pretty reliable. And then safety in the workplace, obviously, is another issue. So all of those together make the return of investment for our clients come very quickly. So basically, this would be the actual solution on a production site. So going back,
Daniel, sorry, I'm going to cut you off there, but just because of the time. But they can Jacobo and John can ask anything that that's been missing from the presentation in the questions now. Otherwise, it will go on the while. Okay, John, Jacobo, it's all yours.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. No, for my part, like, it's what level of customization does like each use case and client like require, no?
Actually, yeah, that is in machine vision is one of the key parts of it. A lot of companies or competitors have tried to sell off-the-shelf products, and performance is really poor. It does require custom to some extent. Now, those two examples of those two technologies I mentioned and that I showed you are well developed and do not require so much. Obviously, each production site requires different parts, require different views of the part for us to be able to capture and analyze. So yeah, there are some customization required for each one of the installations, but the technology on both products are fairly universal. One for welding joints, the other one for looking for very small defects in metal parts.
Okay, thanks.
So maybe like a question I have is, I would love to understand a little bit better like your business model and like price points and how you...
Right. So even though inevitably we have to provide hardware solution, a one turnkey solution for the client, our main business is software. Our business model is selling software licenses because the algorithms that we have developed, the pre-processing, the post-processing for those two particular types of testing, they're very unique. There aren't a lot of people selling those in the market. And so the business model is to join integrators, automation integrators for production lines to use their software solutions for their clients. Basically, that's so the revenue will come at a low cost of production for us because it's software. And then obviously the maintenance, recurring income by maintenance of the software, functionality increase, updates, and so on is also a good part of the business. So. Any other questions?
Okay, if there are no other questions, I can see that Imanol has connected again, although I'm worried that we're going to have the same problem, but we'll give it another try. Daniel, thank you very much for that. And I'll bring on Imanol, and hopefully he'll be able this time to share his screen, and we can do the pitch. If not, we'll jump to Uniscool. Imanol, can you hear us now? No, it looks like we've still got the same problem. Okay, all right. We might give it one more try, like they say, third time lucky. But Ramón, I'll bring you on so that you can pitch. If you could start sharing your screen, then I'll add it.
Share the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Why cannot? Let me check again. I'm saving, but it's not accepting.
Okay, I'll tell you when it appears on screen. Well, I'll add it to screen, but it will be like a second after I've seen it. But no, at the moment there's nothing.
Now?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Just it's not full screen. It's not showing full screen the presentation.
Now it's full screen.
There's a little bit of a time lag, but no, it's still. I'm still seeing it not in presentation mode.
Okay. Let me check again why it isn't.
In the interim, while we're waiting, just to say to the audience, if you do have any questions for Ramón, because it looks like we're going to have problems with Imanol for the rest of the day, then please fire away, put them in the chat, and I'll put them up on screen.
Let me try again.
Oh,
I'm trying again.
Okay, all right. If you'd like to take advantage while you're doing, okay, yeah, the screen's now back. Okay,
now should be is presentation mode. I don't know why.
No, I've lost you. Now I can see him and whole screen here in the background, which is amazing. But no, yours isn't here in the backstage. It's not here at all. I mean, I can't add it. It's not in presentation mode. It's not sharing.
It's not in presentation. I don't know why.
It's not sharing. It's not sharing.
It's not sharing now.
No, it's not shared.
I'm sharing the screen because it didn't allow me to share the full screen. I don't know why. And I have to share the screen. And when I say share the screen,
now it's here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, don't worry about the non-presentation mode. Just do it like that. It doesn't matter. It was just to make it slightly larger. Jacobo and John are both young, so I'm sure their eyesight's good enough to see. Or younger than me. They probably like the fact I say young. All right, guys. It's all yours. I'll be back, Ramón, in when it's time for you to finish. Okay.
Okay. So
all right,
let me introduce myself. My name is Ramón Jiménez. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Uniscool. Uniscool is a spin-off from the University of Sherbrooke and Lleida, with investors like the Mobile World Capital backing us. And we are excited to show you how we are going to change the cooling technology for data centers and AI. Today, data centers around the world consume about 3% of the global electricity, with close to 40% of that is used solely for cooling. With the AI and the other HPC application on the rise, this energy use and the associated greenhouse gas emission are increasing very rapidly. And this is exactly where Uniscool step in order to provide a unique solution. Okay, this growing demand creates a huge market for our technology.
Ramón, sorry for stopping you, but because I've seen your pitch before, I know that you're thinking that you're going through the slides, but you're not. You're still on the first.
I don't know why.
Okay. We can see your mouse, so you can do it with the mouse if not. Now you just changed to the third slide.
Why?
I have no idea.
Okay, I will try. You are seeing my full screen or just?
No, just the not in presentation mode. But we can see the screen. Even
Okay.
I over 50 can read it, so I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. So the growing demand.
Carry on.
The growing demand creates a huge market for our technology. The global liquid cooling market exceeds $16 billion in the world and $4 billion in the European market. And our goal is to capture 10% of the European market because our technology is 50% more efficient than other liquid cooling solutions. Okay, so our solution is patented in the States and is pending of patent in the European Union and Canada, and allow us to save 80% of energy cooling regarding air cooling and 50% regarding liquid cooling, extract 300 watts per square centimeter, that is a really need for the new semiconductor GPUs for AI, and extend the lifetime of in a 20%. The heart of our solution is our patented deformable and adaptive fins that adjust locally to the temperature changes, eliminating the hot spot, even when the heat loads are modifying over the time and the space. The use cases are from the advanced semiconductors or HPC in data centers to the power electronics, for example, electrical vehicles. And our cooling system has also, from the environmental point of view, many advantages, as we could save up to 80 terawatt hours per year, and we can reuse our technology, and we can also reuse our waste. The business model is based on sales to AI compute companies and HPC, data centers, semiconductor manufacturers, or power electronics, based on direct sales through OEMs, sub-licensing as hardware as a system. Regarding the technology competitors, we are the most efficient and with the highest thermal performance based on our unique solution that attacks the hot spot with no external actuators in the very moment that appears the hot spot. Our sales, our team is based on different co-founders that are the three inventors of the patent and myself, and 4 additional engineers with different cultures and specialties. And our funds are, our sales has increased from 2022 from where we were found. 2023 we sold 35,000 euros. 24 we sold 150. This year we have sold 200,000 euros, and the tickets for the data centers are 500,000 for the small one till 50 million or higher for the large one. We are going to investment round by later summer, 2 million euros on 10 million evaluation, and finally we are developing also their proof of concepts with OpenChip or Intel, between many other partners. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Ramón. Jacobo, John, all yours for questions.
Okay, no, thanks, Ramón. Like, first of all, is there really like such like an important, a big problem for the all of these type of customers now that you announce?
Is very important for 2 reasons. The first one is because we can reduce their bill in 80% for the air conditioning, and they are spending millions in the data centers of euros in cooling these data centers. Okay, and the second one is because the new semiconductor, the new GPUs that NVIDIA has put in the market, okay, for example, and the new CPUs for the artificial intelligence has a power of 1,500 kilowatts that are not is not possible to cool down with the air condition, or with the immersion solution for that are in the market. Okay, so we have to move to the direct liquid cooling solutions for operating these new microchips.
Okay, and are you selling your solution directly? And what, like, the sales cycle about the, I don't know, months, years?
Well, we have tested this solution for more than 5 months in Sanitas here in Madrid, in the offices that they have here in Madrid, and we are trying to sell direct to the data centers, okay, but also to the server OEMs, the ones that are manufacturing the servers that are in the data centers, in order to sell our technology direct to the data centers, okay. So this has been tested, as I'm telling you, in industrial pilots for more than 5 months, with up to now, with no failures, no any problem.
Okay, thanks, Ramón.
I have a question. So you showed the competitive landscape in one of your slides, right?
Yeah.
I would love to understand a little bit where you placed yourself. Like you were like on the top of the curve, I guess. But I mean, when it comes to cooling down microprocessors and conductors whatsoever, I guess there are other solutions, and some of the solutions are in the market are also trying to have a different approach, which is not like cooling down, but reuse the thermal dissipation that some data centers and like vehicles generate. And I would love to understand your approach to that, and what you think your solution is more relevant than others.
Our solution is more relevant because we just act over the hotspot in the very same moment that appears, independently if the hotspot appears in one part of other of the semiconductor or in 1 second or other. Okay, our reaction time is immediately. In the very same moment that the hotspot appears, our fin rises up and allows the water that is circulating through the device to create a vortex that extracts the heat. So that allows us to be 50% more efficient than Submer. I don't know if you know Submer. Submer put all the servers into a bath full of liquid, okay? And we just allow the surface of the chips to have the same temperature, and that allows the microchip to work at higher capacity and faster. So it's not only that we are saving energy and we are reducing the hotspot, but we are also allowing the microchip to work at a higher capacity, have less failures, extend the lifetime, and above all, just works very smooth because they don't have difference of temperature in the surface of the semiconductor.
Right. Thanks for that. Tom, do we have another? Like, I have another question. I don't know.
Go for it, and we've got one from the audience as well. So go for yours, and then I'll add in the one from the audience.
And like, I would love to understand a little bit better, like how long it takes to install it. You said like it's a plug and play solutions. What needs to happen? Like walk me through the customer journey for it.
Yeah, it's like a plug and play solution. We remove in the existing data centers. We remove the heat sinks, aluminum heat sinks, and we replace by our solution. Okay, this can be done just like a plug and play. I mean, and we have to install. We can install in 2 different ways. One is making some piping through the rack, and from the rack we have different inlets and outlets of the liquid, of water in this case, and we have a CDU in the bottom of the rack, and it's just very fast to install. Or we can just manufacture or modify the server of the client just in order to have only one server in the rack with this solution in order to test. So it's not too long to install. It's not needed big civil works. If there is water close from the chillers that they are cooling down the corridors, because usually they have hot corridors and cold corridors in the system. We take the water from the different exchangers that they have for the air cooling, and we put in the rack. Or just if they don't want to make any work at all, we remove the server, we make the installation of our solution, and we place again the server. Okay.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. I'll just add in the question from the audience. So Tomas had a question in terms of the planned product development and your TRR level.
We have a TRL 6.7, and our plan to develop the product is just to start selling in industrial scale to the different clients. Okay, so we have tested, has been working, and we have now the different products allowed to be manufactured and installed. And what we are looking is just clients to install the different data centers with our solution. Okay, so let's say that we are close to 7, just trying to jump from 7 to 9 in TRL.
Oh my God. Sorry, they've just started drilling next door. I was going to ask one question. I hope you can hear me okay. It was just in terms of upsell compared to new customers. If you could just give us a little bit of information in terms of, you talked about Sanitas, if you give us a little bit of information about the proportion or the possibilities of upsell to your current customer base.
I can hear you very bad. Can you repeat, Tom, please? The proportion of sales between new clients?
The proportion of sales compared to upsell compared to new customers, and how you see that growing for the future.
Well, the market is growing exponentially. So there are two different kinds of growth. We are going to grow in our current clients exponentially, because they are going to grow exponentially, and for the new clients that are going to appear. So here, let's say that the difficult point is to obtain this entrance in the different clients, and for that reason, the 2 million euros that we are looking for is for increase our marketing and sales force mainly. It's half of 45% of the money that we are requesting is for just allowing us to go this commercial level, okay, on the new clients that are going to grow exponentially.
Thank you very much for that, Ramón. We're going to give one last attempt with Imanol, who was sharing his screen, and I think he says that if he doesn't show his video, but he can show his screen. So Imanol, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Imanol, or not? Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, wonderful. Let's give it a try.
Can you hear me?
More or less.
Yeah. It's okay. Ferdinando John, can you hear me? Sorry. I am Olaskoaga, CEO and co-founder of Powerfultree. We boast both crops and clean energy. Our elevated structure protects crops, so machinery can operate below. This is the advantage of voltaics. Energy and food from radiation. We need an agrivoltaic solution. No? This is our project. Concerning our roadmap, since 2021, were the first elevated vineyard in Spain.
Sorry, Imanol,
projects,
we have some problems with the audio.
and sorry, today is extremely is very
Tom, we can't hear you. You are mute.
Sorry, I put myself on mute because I've got these guys drilling next door. So we're not being very lucky with the noise right now. Imanol, just so that you can hear me. Sorry, the audio just wasn't working at all. So I took you off. It's not going to work. What we can do is we can send your deck to John and Jacopo, and then they can at least have a look at it offline. John, Jacopo, a day full of technical errors from beginning to end. So I'm really sorry about that. I hope that you found the pitches that we were able to see okay, interesting. If you'd like an intro to any of the startups, just let us know and we'll intro you directly. You've got them on the calendar invite, their emails anyway, but we'll make that intro. And thank you very much for being with us, and thank you very much to the audience that's listening for putting up with all the technical errors. So guys, thank you, and hopefully next year we'll have fewer internet difficulties, fewer Russian hackers attacking the infrastructure within Europe, maybe.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
No worries. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.